Hey everybody, I'm Dr. JC, and this is the truth about eye care and your eyes. Today the question I'm going to be answering for you is a real common one that I get all the time, and it is, what age should my child be getting their first eye exam? So in the state of Kentucky, there's a law that your child has to get an eye exam before they go into preschool. So for that reason, I see a lot of kids that are about 3 or 4 years old for their first eye exam. And then again, I give them a school form and they take it, they get into preschool, we call it's a school entry form. And then again, it happens when they go into kindergarten, they have to have another one, verification that they've had an eye exam, that we've checked a few certain things. I think it's a good just rule of thumb anywhere you are, regardless of the state laws, that you get your child checked around age 3 or 4. There's a lot of things around that time frame that we can catch. A lot of preventative care can be done to keep your child seeing well throughout their whole life. Okay, so I know what you're about to ask then is, as a parent, what should I be looking for, right? What kind of things should I be wanting to make sure that my child's doing good at or using their eyes well? Well, here's a list of abnormal findings that you will be able to tell as a parent. You'll be able to see these things pretty easily, especially this one. If your child has a white pupil, okay, that's not a good thing. You need to bring them in, let them get checked. This one is so bad that a lot of times kids are caught with this before they even leave the hospital. You can detect, the surgeon will detect that and remove it before it becomes a problem at all. So another thing would be an eye turn. The occasional eye turn can be okay though. I did an exam one time on a 6-month-old baby that the mother brought in, just to be on the safe side really. It was just an occasional eye turn. It ended up being nothing, and we just kind of watched it for a few years. Now the child's doing great, but I think that that's good on the mother to have been proactive in that regard, wanting to check on those things just to be on the safe side. So if you notice any eye turn at all, I'd probably get that checked on by your eye doctor. Some other things to look for are squinting. If your child's squinting, if they're tilting their head, or if you see them favoring or even closing one eye, that can be an indication of something that we could help with. If your child's getting headaches, that may be something I could help with. And then of course, getting very close to things. And now the getting close to things is not always a bad thing. I mean, that's sometimes they're just, they're 2 or 3 years old and they just get close to things. That's the way they are. But still, I want to get that checked on. Okay, so when I do early eye exams on kids, I can catch a few different things that can be preventative later in life. High prescription for one thing. If we can get your child started on glasses early, it can keep them from developing a lazy eye would be the layman's term, but the technical term would be amblyopia. Amblyopia means that basically your child's eyes are not seeing as well as they're capable, and that it can get worse. It can be correctable, but it can get worse too. And your child that goes without glasses, when they have a real high prescription, it can be really detrimental to their long-term vision. Sometimes it even becomes unrecoverable. If your child goes so long, it's 10, 11, 12 years old and they haven't had any glasses, it's really hard to get that vision back that they might have lost, even with glasses at that point. Okay, I can also detect strabismus, which are the eye turns that we talked about. That can also lead to lazy eyes, amblyopic eyes. I can detect poor eye health, poor eye development. If your child's retinas aren't developing properly, if their eye muscles aren't developing properly, and really anything in the eye, we can make sure that it's okay. And so I can give you a lot of peace of mind as a parent that you're doing the right thing, that your child's on the right track, developmentally, educationally. As they start school, they're not going to get behind. And I think that's a key thing for a parent. I know being a parent myself, you don't want your child to get behind, you want them to be right there with everybody else, and so I'm here to help you with that. Now for the vast majority of the time, your child's going to be just fine getting their eyes checked at 3 or 4 years old, okay? Or just before school, before they go into school. And then as they get into school, that's when it gets a lot easier for me and a lot easier for you as a parent to detect if there is a problem. The child becomes more social, they interact better with others, they get better information. Sometimes they give us too much information, they want to talk a lot, and that's good. I like talking to the kids, interacting with them, like helping them. But most of the time 3 or 4 years old is a good guideline for you. And then as they start school, that's a good thing, but then as they learn to read, that's the next milestone, okay? Once they start reading, distinguishing letters, and we can make sure that they're not getting them flipped around, not being misdiagnosed with things like dyslexia or something like that. If it's just an eye-related problem, I can check for a lot of that stuff. Make sure their eye muscles are working together as a team to help them read, help them learn how to do those things in school. And so anyway, it's a real good idea to get your child checked before they start school and these things. I want to leave you with one last thing before we close this video, and that is my policy for children's eye exams. I don't want to do anything that would traumatize your child. Okay, young kids, the idea really is that I just want them to be coming back, to love going to the eye doctor, to have a good time, and I want to be able to help them in the future. I don't want to be traumatized for the next few years to where, you know, they cry the whole time they're there. I want to be able to get good information in the future. So when they come in for the first time, we're going to do whatever they want to do. Okay, I'm not going to force them to do anything that they don't want. I'm not going to do any dilation drops on kids unless there's a real abnormal finding that would indicate otherwise that I should. I don't even do dilation drops on adults most of the time. So there's that, and then also no air puffs, no eye pressure checks, no touching of their eyes with any instruments or anything. Again, I don't want to traumatize your children. When they get to be about 10, 11 years old, or at some point where they can handle that, we will. Okay, so that about wraps it up for today's video. I've got a couple more kind of children's eye stuff that we're going to do over the next couple videos here. So you as parents, make sure you watch those, or anyone who's interested. I hope that you enjoyed today's video, and I hope you'll keep watching. I hope you have an amazing day, and I will see you in the next video.